So then, now, before I finish getting dressed to go to that place that I thought was safe, that would make me normal, afford me X, Y, and Z, I want to talk a little bit, okay? Come on, please. Anyway, it's not normal. It doesn't feel normal. It feels like an intrusion. It feels offensive to devote time to someone else's vision, someone else's dream, someone else's growth. And we get our little personal development, and we get our little accolades here and there, and quarterly and yearly evaluations, raises, what have you, if they come in, if you're in a position to receive those types of things, perks, benefits, health insurance, shit like that, which you shouldn't pay for because you're spending your time and your energy in that place. That's where the majority of your efforting is going towards. And so the stress related things that crop up tend to be around these safe places of employment if you don't work for yourself. It's a influx of women, especially. Men are, they're feeling it too, but women are feeling pressed down, depressed, need to decompress, and feeling an implosion about to happen because the song, the heart song, it's like trying to bust out of the seams. Whether it's intimacy, and intimacy is a lot of things. It's a relating on a very personal and very intrinsic level with another, whether it's a best friend or a favorite aunt or a child, a lover. There's a sense of able to flow freely in that vulnerability without fear of it being safe or not. It's an internal knowing. And when it comes to this relating, I just posted on Facebook, if you erase the text and the call log, what do you have with other people? What type of relating have you been doing? What kind of memories do you have? Where have you recaptured or can recall these intimate moments with people that you seeing on a day-to-day basis? Like, what is it? We're activated. We're activated. We're fucking activated. Me not being here has been acutely attributed to my time being spent elsewhere, my energy being spent elsewhere. It's an excuse. It's what I was taught. It was, and still is, something that's been, plugged so deep down into the psyche that, you can't do anything if you don't work hard. You can't achieve anything if you don't work hard. And not working hard in working smart, but laboring, toiling, tediousness. It was a lot of that. The writing, the drawing, the coloring, none of that stuff was supported as much as the other stuff. And even when the other stuff was present, working hard in school and achieving this and 4.0 grade point average, National Honor Society, there was no applause for that either. I start to get confused. If I fuck off and I create something, that's frowned upon. If I do well and I toil and I plug away at someone else's work and they tell me, okay, well, this is what we're going to grade your performance and this and that, and I do well, that isn't even applauded. What the fuck? I might as well be fucking off. Right? But that just wasn't in my makeup. It was show up, do well, perform, jump through hurdles, hoops. Look what I can do. Some Stewart shit from Mad TV. And it's a performance. It's like it's I don't want to relive this shit every single day. I don't want to keep reliving the same script every fucking single year. I look back at a year from now, a year later, a year prior, the 2 years prior, 3 years prior, and some of the things that I had said were just messages to myself that weren't, I was picking up on the vibration that I hadn't actually stepped into just yet. I was getting the notion, getting the messages, getting the nuances of this concurrent cycle we're in. It's not linear. So I was giving myself messages, giving myself signs, leaving symbols and different things behind so that when they were relevant, I would come across them and it would be a message, like a note to myself. It's like if the inverse of Back to the Future. So you have to pick up on that shit, man. There's certain things that you've already done, certain things you've already touched, certain things that you've already said or researched that are in accordance to where you're headed. You're active now. You're activated. And it's like, get up, get from where you are, get out of the mind that this is life to you. It's like when Squidward, if anybody has seen SpongeBob, I don't give a damn. I've watched SpongeBob, okay, with my kid. Squidward thought if he left and went to a colony of people that were just like him, even in the spiritual community, you join a group that's just like you and this and that, you'll still realize that shit is not real. That shit is not, it's so contrived. Everybody wants to be relatable to each other and this and that, but they still are following a program that is not all entirely their own. So I can still poke holes in everything that I'm coming across, even if I have similar beliefs. It is not spot on. It does not resonate. It does not, the watching other readers and stuff, I know that my life is not being caught in any of those readings. I am living a different storyline. I'm in my own trajectory. You have a path that everybody's walked down to get to wherever, and I look for where no one has walked, and that's where I go. So my abilities, my synchronicities, my gifts, and things of that nature, I've attributed by not doing what everybody else is doing. And you tell me go right, or you tell me go left, and the words will morph, and it'll move to the right side. And I know that's not what it said. It says this. I'm going to go this way. So the fork in the road, I go straight. And a friend of mine said that to me yesterday. And I adopted that because that's something that I do. You tell me to do something specific with my crystals to cleanse them, or do this or do that, or people writing petitions and doing altars and doing these fucking rituals and spells, and they're fucking with shit that they have no innate understanding of. And It doesn't even matter if you're not into any of that. None of it. None of it at all. And you're just talking about life itself. You teach me how to do something. Teach me the way that you think that it should be done, or the instructions. And I will alter it to where it feels natural to me. Period. That's just the way I'm bred. That's just the way my mind puzzles and pieces things together in a completely different fashion. And that's the same thing with your life. You've been given all these pieces, but no two pieces are the exact same. You have to see where they fit. Somebody's started their entrepreneurship or their business at 25, and for you it's 35. You've accumulated different pieces. They put their edges together first. You started in the middle and started putting the puzzle together in the middle and want to do the edges last. It's not an, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, order of operations when it comes to piecing your life together. We're using the wrong meter. We're using the wrong measuring tools, and most of the time it's stacked up against others. And knowingly or unknowingly. So just, man, let's fuck all that shit. From now on, I do what I want. Money is not in one hand, out the other. It's out one hand, in the other. Everything that I spend comes back to me multiplied. I'm investing. Every time I spend a coin, I'm investing in my own wealth. It's coming back to me tenfold. More than that. Now, fuck all that. Like, bend the rules, bend time, bend energy. Like, the fuck? When the wind blows, it's whispering something to me, or it's bringing something to me. It's not a nuisance. I hear sirens when I'm in the middle of something important. It's a signal that this is emphasized. The light goes out when I'm talking. There's different. Thank you. And this is where I go ahead and end this, because it's time to just let it breeze through. Take in the information, take in the energy. Understand that everything that you're doing as far as work, school, these little groups that you're in, circle of friends that you're in, just gather up all the information, all the lessons that you're learning, and that's what it's useful for. Like, it will apply to your practical life. It will apply to your everyday family, home, living structure, business, spiritual growth, everything. The energy, the will, the courage, the ambition, instead of putting it in someone else's bank account, put it in your personal bank account. You know what I mean? Hit your own reserves. So that's all I have for now. Time, man. It's of the essence. You are what time is. Be it. Everything is on your time, and you're in the right place at the right time. Always. Understand, and there is no mistake being made. None. It's already written.